Happy New Year!
On As the World Turns.
I love you so very much.
The new year brings passionate promises.
Just say yes. Say you'll marry me.
Then on Guiding Light, as their new life begins, will another tragically end.
No more loving. No more lies. No more.
Weekdays.
Leave your worries on the doorstep. Please direct your feet to the sunny side of the street.
Well, I didn't know magicians made house calls. Oh, India, you're not looking well at all. What's wrong, dear? Did our friend here make your voice disappear?
No,
Baron, it's so nice to see you. Indy and I were just about to brave the storm and have some dinner at the Blue Orchid. Would you care to join us?
Cut the act.
It's not an act. We really would like to have your company.
What you'd like is to believe I'm a fool and easily distracted. But I'm not. I've suspected all along you two were having an affair. Now I have proof.
If Kyle had the right to learn the truth about his father, Billy has the same right to learn the truth about his mother.
Darling, please, wait.
I can't wait any longer. It's time.
Done?
Yeah. I have something I have to tell you.
What do you want to tell me?
Something I should have told you a long, long time ago.
Well, what is it? Go ahead and tell me.
Harlan, no, you're making a big mistake.
No more lies. No more hurting. No more loving. No more secrets. No more pain. No more.
And now, Guiding Light. This portion is presented by Ivory Liquid. Your hands can feel soft, smooth, doing dishes the Ivory way. And by our moist, delicious baking mixes from Duncan Hines.
In the heat of the day. On the young and the restless.
So, what are you going to do for New Year's?
A night of dreams.
It's our year, Nicky. The year I take you straight to the top.
A night of romance. A night
This is just incredible.
to remember.
I think that New Year's Eve is rather the night of the unexpected.
been the happiest day of my life.
It's been a lovely day. And you are a beautiful, beautiful bride.
You haven't said anything about the house yet.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful place to raise a family.
I know it must seem strange.
What? What seems strange?
Well, insisting that we stay here our first night. I just felt like it might be awkward if we went back to your place. Do you mind?
No. No, of course not. Not at all. Maeve, we're newlyweds. We're starting a new life. It's practically New Year. I think it's right that we should be in a new home.
Well, there are limits. I wish I'd had a chance to finish furnishing it.
Well, I know that I've been partial to high tech, but I think that now that we're starting a family, it's only proper that we should be surrounded by the traditional.
Kyle, you were renovating the penthouse up at the Sampson building. Are you sure you wouldn't be happier there?
No. No, that wouldn't fit for us.
I love you, Kyle. But I know the reason that you married me. And I will never pretend otherwise. And I won't ask you to.
Maeve, what are you talking about?
Well, I've had the adjoining bedroom made up. You'll be more comfortable sleeping there.
Proof of an affair, really? Deny all you want. You're wasting your breath. I've trapped you. You're through.
There's obviously been some kind of misunderstanding here. You've gotten the wrong impression somehow.
It is far more than an impression. Your affair is well documented. You see, I've had a detective trailing you for weeks.
A detective?
I hope you haven't paid him yet, because the guy's either a liar or a fool.
I think not.
Oh, he is. I can guarantee any information he has is totally bogus.
Look, no need to try to defend yourself, young man. You're not in jeopardy. I am not interested in you.
Not even a little? I'm disappointed.
I feel only pity for you, in fact. You're not the first man to be taken in and seduced by my stepdaughter.
No, I'm a little too old and a lot too experienced to be seduced.
Oh, have I wounded your pride? I'm sorry, but I'd advise you to count your blessings. You've just been delivered from a fate worse than death.
I've had enough of this.
Shut up and listen. You're going to do exactly as you're told.
I don't answer to anyone but Philip.
Wrong. I'm going to arrange it so you never set eyes on Philip again.
No.
Yes. By the time Philip comes home, you will be on your way out of Springfield forever.
I am very happy with the way things are now. Why can't you be? No, well, think of the family.
I am. That's why this situation's got to be resolved right now. The Lewises will never be reunited until it does.
Okay, you two, just quit talking in
sweetheart,
circles.
come with me.
Why?
Well, because I think your father and Miss Sally need to talk for a moment alone. Come.
Come on. Excuse me. You smile. Hey, you know what's going on, don't you?
Yes, I certainly do. I'd say it's rather obvious.
Well, it's not rather obvious to me, so just tell me.
Oh, you. HB's on his own now, right?
Yeah.
Right. And when a person is on his own, a person can get kind of lonesome, right?
Well, yeah, but HB's got all of us around.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about children and grandchildren. I'm talking about a companion.
Oh, you mean...
Yeah! HB has asked Miss Sally to marry him, and she's afraid about how the Lewises are going to accept it.
Darling, that's it for sure. You're so smart.
Well, just a little woman's intuition.
I knew what I was sacrificing when I gave up my baby to Miss Martha. I have lived with that sacrifice, that pain for years.
I know all that, Sally.
HB, if I am willing to go on living with that, can't you respect my feelings and not do
There
this?
is more involved than just your feelings here,
Yes,
Sally.
there is. There are Billy's feelings, and he's happy now.
For now, yes. But that happiness is built on quicksand. It could go under in a second.
Only if we tell him.
I have seen my family almost destroyed by a lie, Sally. I ain't about to risk that happening again. There's one lie left, and I am going to put an end to it once and for all.
But this is madness. We have everything to lose and nothing to gain.
Billy, I've got something to tell you.
Daddy, you don't have to say another word. Vanessa and I know exactly what's going on here.
You do?
Yeah, and I just want to say that there's no problem. No problem whatsoever.
You really mean that, son?
Of course I do. Excuse me. I just want to say that I am ready and willing to accept Miss Sally as my mama. Wait a minute. I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong. I didn't marry you out of any sense of obligation.
Kyle, you don't have to say that.
No, I do because it's the truth, Maeve. I want a family. I want to be a good father.
And you will
And
be.
I want you. Maeve, I wouldn't have married you unless I knew that I could love you.
Just love me as a friend.
Maeve.
Kyle, please stop. It'll be much easier for me in the long run if I just face facts. I know that you care about me, but not as a woman, not as a lover.
Maeve, you are a beautiful, intelligent, warm, desirable woman. A man would have to be blind and a fool not to respond to you. Now, it's true. It was the child that brought us together.
It was an accident, a twist of fate.
It was an act of love, desire. I wanted you then, May. And I want you now. And I always will.
What's that?
It's just a little wedding present that I decided to wait till the right moment to give to you. What does it look like I was thinking of when I got you this? I want you to put this on. Because our honeymoon is going to start right here and right now.
Do you want? Leave me alone. Please. Please. Stop. There's no one left. No one to love. And no one to love me. Who loves you, Reva? Yes. Oh, I do. I love you, Reva. I love you.
I love you, Mommy. Mommy, Mommy, where are you?
I love you, Reva. I have to get out. I have to live. Yes, you have to live.
Where are you, Mommy? Where? Where?
continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
Dream on, Alexandra. Wild horses couldn't drag me away from Springfield, and if you think that you've got... I think I won't have to drag at all. When I'm through with you, you'll be running for your life.
Get out of here.
I suggest you start packing. I mean, even you have some pride. And you don't want to be exposed in front of Philip. This is my house. And if you don't leave immediately, I will call the police and have you arrested.
This is all because of me, isn't it?
Oh, well, don't lose any sleep over it. I guarantee you someone else would have been in your shoes sooner or later. Probably sooner.
I had no idea my presence here would be such a problem. I'm sorry.
You're apologizing to the wrong person.
How's that?
I'm delighted you're here. It's Miss Von Halkine who's been caught out, stripped bare of her camouflage as devoted wife.
I am sick and tired of your interfering. You have been trying to break up my marriage to Philip since the day of our wedding, but we love each other.
You don't know the meaning of the word. Oh, we have been through all this
Exactly,
before.
and no matter what you've done, no matter what your poison's been, Philip's always come back to me.
This time is different, and you know it.
No, it's not.
And how is this for generosity? I'll be happy to make a substantial settlement just to avoid the scandal.
There is no scandal.
There will be, if necessary. I'll see to that, I assure you. Face it, India. Philip may be more laissez-faire than I would wish, but even his patience has its limits. He will never stay married to an adulteress.
This is wrong.
How true, and I'm about to write it.
No, you're about to make a very big mistake.
Hardly. She's the one who's made the mistake, and I intend to see she pays dearly for it.
Why?
I beg your pardon.
I said why. Why are you so determined to destroy your nephew's marriage? Why is it so important to you? What have you got to gain?
Kyle?
If I had known you were going to look like this, I wouldn't have bothered to make plans for our honeymoon.
Speaking of those plans, you've been very secretive. I still don't know where we're going.
Well, you can forget about it because we're not going anywhere. I just cancel them. We're going to stay right here for
You could get bored.
not a chance. Hello? Yes, she is. Just a moment. It's for you.
Hello? Yes, Pat. Uh-huh. You could talk to Fletcher about that. Oh, he's gone. All right, go ahead. Mm-hmm. That sounds reasonable. Have you double-checked your sources on this, Pat? All right, go ahead with it then. Put it on the first page of the second section, though. All right, no problem. Bye. Did I say no problem? My nose is going to grow.
I've reconsidered.
We are leaving town.
We are leaving town. Between the Journal and Sampson Industries, we're never going to have a minute's peace here.
I hope you've picked someplace romantic and secluded.
Oh, those are my requirements exactly. We're going to go to a place that has got no people, no phones, no problems. It's just got sun and beach and sky, plenty of sky, enough sky to fly a kite in.
You remember.
Of course I remember. And this time the kite is going to fly and it'll soar too.
Sounds perfect. Where did you find such a paradise hotel?
Who said anything about a hotel?
We're camping on the beach?
Well, you can if you want to, but there's a 22-room villa just right up from the beach that you can stay at. It's on an island that I own off the west coast of Greece.
Oh, God.
It's just a small island as islands go, but it's got everything we want. And with you there, it'll be a Garden of Eden.
You guessed? How long have you known?
Oh, just a few minutes. Vanessa figured it out. Of course, when she figured it out, I figured better rush over and welcome Miss Sally into the family before you two get any more head up.
I just never dared hope. Oh, Willie, this is wonderful, wonderful.
So glad.
You sure?
Well, absolutely. What do you... Oh, you wait for me to say congratulations. Well, here. Congratulations.
What the hell is that for?
What? Congratulations on getting married or engaged.
Who said anything about marriage?
Wait, you and Miss Sally just did. You said...
No, we didn't.
Well, I guess we read this a little wrong.
Yeah, you read it a lot wrong, son. I'm sorry.
Oh, no need to apologize, Daddy. I'm the one who should apologize for jumping the gun.
Jumping the gun?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I just thought you'd want to make it formal. But, hey, look, if you want to live together, that's fine with Vanessa and I, isn't it?
Oh,
Sure it is. I mean, it's about your happiness after all.
But, Billy, let me explain it to you. You don't...
Harlan, now, maybe Billy's right.
What?
Well, now, maybe we should make it official, you and I. I mean, it would certainly make things simpler if I were Mrs. H.B. Lewis. There wouldn't be any scandal. Everything could just stay the way it is.
Stop.
Now, listen. Harlan, just think. Marriage could solve everything.
It could not.
Yes, Harlan.
It couldn't. Now, Sally, I'm fond of you. Real fond. But I got no intention of marrying you or living with you either.
You don't?
No. But there's one thing you just said that I hope came from the heart. It's that part about accepting Sally as your mama.
Well, I meant it, but...
Now, you just hold on to that, Billy. No matter what else you feel, it'll help you and help us all when you learn the truth.
What truth?
Billy, there's a secret that's been kept from you since the day you were born.
Go on.
You are a Lewis, and you are my son. But not by Miss Martha. Sally is your natural mother. What in the hell is the matter with you? What are you laughing at?
Well, it's funny. That's
It ain't funny.
Well, Daddy, I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. I mean, Miss Sally's my mama.
Stop it, Billy. I've got to explain it to you.
Well, you should explain, because, you know, that's not the way chivalry is supposed to work. It's the bride and groom is supposed to get treated, not the best man.
Billy,
But I don't mind, though, because it's a good one. It's better than the one you did on Tommy Lee Horton when he got hit.
Please be quiet. Let your father say his
Okay,
say.
I will, but just let me tell you about this. This is so good. About 15 years
That's
ago.
enough.
Well, what's the matter, Daddy? You're not embarrassed I'm going to tell her, are you?
It isn't a joke.
Well, it has to be a joke.
Sweetheart, I'm afraid it's not.
Well, if it isn't, what else could it be? What else?
Billy, H.B. is telling you the truth. He's telling you the truth. Sally really is your mother.
What is this feud between you and India all about?
It's a family matter.
The things that are done in the name of family. Who needs enemies, right? Are you sure this is the best way to settle your differences?
I don't have to explain my motives to you. This is none of your concern.
I think I'm owed some sort of clarification, seeing him in the middle of all this.
Oh, you're in the middle, all right. Smack in the middle of a very fine web spun by a master.
So you're still on the wrong track. I'm the one who initiated contact with India. I'm the one who called upon India at the foundation and set about earning my way into her confidence.
I don't believe you.
It's true. Ask the lady.
And I would never believe her.
It's true. He came to the foundation. Roxy Shane can confirm.
No need. I know all about that little tryst.
He was there on business.
Oh.
I was there to learn more about the Spauldings.
Ah. So that's the basis for your attraction. A great many people are interested in my family.
Well, for good reason. The Spauldings are quite fascinating.
The Spauldings are rich. But if you think you found a way to get your hands on any of our
What did you,
money-
Detective, find out?
I have a list. Times, dates, places of all your clandestine meetings over the past few weeks.
Clandestine? I'd hardly call them that. Most of them are witnessed by dozens of
You
people.
cannot deny they happened.
No.
And there you are.
Where?
Why else would you two be together so often with Philip never around unless you were having an affair?
I told you, because of the Spauldings. Indy and I had a lot to discuss. Your family is very complicated. You can't learn about them in one sitting.
Oh, and you wanted to find out all about us. Because of our money. That is what you're after, isn't it?
You had your man check into my background, right? What did he come up with? Oh, I can see we're not dealing with Sherlock Holmes here.
You've covered your tracks quite well. Honest men don't do that. Honest men have nothing to hide.
Oh, and you're so sure I do.
You don't seem to have any past. And several names. You see, that's highly unusual and suspect.
Not for a performer or a part-time magician. An alias is quite common. Especially when the use of my real name could prove quite embarrassing. Would you care to know why?
You love games, don't you?
They pass the time.
What about this game? This proclaimed fascination with the Spauldings. Money's involved. Has to be. Are you in India hatching some sort of blackmail scheme?
Now, that's beneath you.
Not beneath India, that's for certain. Perhaps you should know about how she...
Oh, how she persuaded Philip to marry her. No, thank you. I've already heard it.
I don't believe it. You told him, a total stranger?
Is that how you see me? Gee, I don't feel like a stranger.
I've had enough of you. I want you gone. How much will it cost for you to leave town immediately? Name a price.
See, you're on the wrong track again. I'm not interested in money, and I'm not leaving town.
Fun's fun, Mr. Silversmith. But don't push your luck. It's time you packed your bags and went home.
I am home.
I'm warning you.
And to tell you the truth, I'm quite disappointed in you.
In me?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I mean, you of all people, Alex, I expected you to welcome me with open arms.
Good afternoon. From CBS News, this is Newsbreak. The White House says evidence points to a Libyan connection in last week's commando raids in Rome and Vienna. Presidential spokesman Larry Speaks denounced Libya and said military action is always an option in dealing with terrorism. Natasha Simpson, the youngest victim of the terrorist attacks, was buried today in Rome. The 11-year-old was murdered at the Rome airport as her father tried to shield her from commando bullets. African black activist Winnie Mandela has been arrested again in Johannesburg, where she's been banned by the government. I'm Betty Ann Bowser, CBS News, Washington. More news later on this CBS station.
How do you feel?
Perfect. Warm, sleepy, loved.
Good. After everything that we have been through lately, we deserve some good time, some quiet time.
love you so much.
I know. I know you do. You prove that time and time again. You risk your life for me. How many men are blessed enough to say something like that?
And our child will be proof of that love.
We'll have the good life. We'll have good friends and a nice home. Hey, what are you laughing? What's so funny?
Well, I was just wondering what we're going to do with that adjoining bedroom now.
That's simple. We make that into a nursery.
So the war was over, and I was on my way home. Hard to describe what that time was like. It was so intense. The feeling of relief that we'd made it through, and of sorrow for buddies who hadn't. But the main thing we wanted was to put death behind us. We wanted life. We wanted to celebrate it.
Yes. Yes, to celebrate. Everybody in New Orleans was celebrating.
When the troop train pulled in, Sally stood there with the other gals that had come to meet the train. She was dressed in a yellow dress, the sun glinting over her red flowing hair. That's where we met.
H.B. told me right out that he was in love and engaged. And I heard it. I accepted it. It's funny, but somehow it just didn't seem to matter. Not then.
That moment, that night, was separate from everything in our lives. It was very, very special.
Yes. You were born, conceived in an act of love, Billy, in an act of love and life.
And of course, I left for New Orleans the next day, so I didn't know about that. I had no idea till Sally arrived in Tulsa.
Well, then, by then, H.B. and Miss Martha had already been married. And there I was, standing on her doorstep, pregnant with her husband's child. Miss Martha never passed judgment. She took me into her home. She made me comfortable. She even assisted in the delivery when you were born.
Sally was in no position to raise a child, so she gave you to us to raise. Miss Martha loved and cherished you like her own.
Giving you up. That was just the hardest thing I ever had to do. Even now when I think about it, I just feel cold inside, ice cold. But you see, Billy, I knew it just had to be the right choice. I couldn't provide for you, and H.B. and Miss Martha, they could, in every way. Now look at you. They helped you grow to be the wonderful man you are now. Billy, I don't want you to ever think that this means that I have any claim on your love. I'll never do that. Never, ever, as far as I'm concerned. Miss Martha is your true and only mother. But now that you do know all the facts, I do pray for just one thing. That maybe in time you may find a small place for me in your life.
My name is Alexandra Spaulding. Miss Spaulding to you.
To me? You don't really mean that.
Only friends of long standing have the right to call me Alex.
Friends and family, of course.
I'm not taken in by you. Or your professional charm. Not for a minute. I see what you're up to. I know you've been trying to keep me off balance.
Now, why would I want to do that?
To distract me from the matter at hand. From the fact that you and India are having an affair.
No, that again.
But you failed. In spite of your efforts. I still intend to expose you both. To protect Philip. And the Spaulding name. That name means something in this town. Something of great value. And I won't allow it to be cheapened or tarnished by a pair of gold diggers.
Bravo. What righteous anger. This is really wonderful.
Stop it!
No, I can't. I really have to say it. I knew the Spauldings were special, but I had no idea how special. You are really something else, you know that? You're more than I could ever have hoped for. You have power, and you have style, and you have class. Real class.
Young man, you will rue the day you ever set foot in Springfield.
No. I'm going to bless the day, Alex, because it brought me closer to you.
This is outrageous.
No, don't be modest. You know it's true. You're more than I could ever have hoped for. You're the kind of woman that any man could be proud to claim as his sister.
What are you talking about?
Haven't I made it clear yet? I'm a little boggled. You're absolutely fantastic, flawless, except for one tiny lapse in judgment.
Lapse?
Yeah, that you could possibly believe that Indy and I are carrying on some sort of affair. She's married to my nephew. Now, that hurt. It really did.
It's a plot.
A plot?
You two are conspiring on some sort of ridiculous fraud.
No, not at all. Indy was merely filling in some of the gaps in my knowledge.
Knowledge of the family's fortune and weak spots.
Knowledge of the family heritage. Our family heritage. You are my sister, Alex. I'm your father, Brandon's illegitimate son, Simon Spaulding.
Why'd you wait so long? Why'd you tell me all this?
I had to. That lie about Kyle Sampson made me see that I had to wipe the slate clean. That lives and relationships can't be strong unless they're built on truth. I know that's all hard to put together. But try and look at the good things. Kyle, for instance. Now you know that the trust and caring that's grown between the two of you is rooted blood deep. You are brothers, after all.
HB was right. I do feel free now. Finally. Free to love my son. And my grandchildren. And everything is just as it should be. At long last.
You do understand, don't you, son? Don't you?
Damn you. Damn you both.
This has been Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salons, South Southwest, and Barney's. Furs by Georgios Pappas of New York.